Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Jenny Wiley State Park in Floyd County saw a line of visitors today as an outreach put shoes on feet and smiles on faces. WINT's Buddy Forbes was there as leaders from Team Kentucky served with some of Kentucky's team leaders.
Taking a time out to give back.
You know, we came down and we weren't planning on this part of it. We were just gonna, and I said, you guys got to experience this.
Stepping into a community where moving forward,
what you'll see is it's hard for them to even look up right now.
Has many people looking ahead at a long road.
But it's great to hopefully see these families have a little bit of hope and give them a little bit of joy in the midst of a lot of tragedy and a lot of hardships.
Samaritans Feet is partnering with Team Kentucky.
Wow, so your feet are big, huh? And growing fast.
Bringing coaches from the University of Kentucky to Prestonsburg Tuesday.
These leaders, these coaches that these kids look up to, that these families look up to, that they see on TV, that are the big, celebrities of Kentucky, are washing kids' feet.
2,500 pairs of shoes and socks, a portion of the 10,000 expected to find their way to the region, were laced up and sent off as volunteers worked to fill needs and stomachs.
And so in everything that was taken away from them for a moment today, those parents got to look through those kids' eyes and see that happy kid that they know.
Hey, have a good school year.
With those involved saying it is all about leading with a servant's heart by taking a knee where needed.
Yeah, it makes a difference. It really does, because that shows people that some people do really care and that there is something out there to help them.
And lifting someone else.
Literally helping them get back on their feet.
On the way back up.
What do you think? Stand up. You like them?
Yeah.
In Prestonsburg, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Volunteers say it was a blessing to see Samaritans Feet serve so many folks in need, and they hope the smile shared today will keep pushing the families through the tough times. We'll have more from the group stop at Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park in Perry County at 6. FEMA may be able to provide critical need assistance to folks who are unable to stay at their homes. The assistance would be for individuals who have an immediate or critical need. Individuals may be eligible for that critical need assistance if they can complete a FEMA registration, pass identity verification. At registration, let FEMA know you have critical needs and request financial assistance for those needs and expenses, and have a pre-disaster primary residence located in an area designated for assistance. Those counties are Breathitt, Clay, Floyd, Knott, Leslie, Letcher, Magoffin, Martin, Owsley, Perry, Pike, or Whitley counties. One church in Floyd County is hosting 2 volunteer organizations helping with flood cleanup and supporting local families along the way. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from Rock Fork Regular Baptist Church and how you can volunteer to help out your neighbors.
Rock Fork Regular Baptist Church in Floyd County is hosting a volunteer headquarters for Samaritans Purse and the Billy Graham Rapid Response Team.
We were out giving out food and trying to figure out how that we could help more people and what we could do, and we stumbled upon the Billy Graham Rapid Response Team and offered food to them, and we talked for a little bit and found out that they were looking for a spot for the Samaritan's Purse, and I said, okay, follow me, we got just a place.
The 2 organizations working as the hands and feet of the church, with boots on the ground helping with flood cleanup and arms outstretched, welcoming folks to talk for emotional and spiritual support.
Jesus told us that we're to bear one another's burdens. So it is our responsibility as Christians to help one another. Whether it's believers or non-believers, we're here to help.
But these organizations are still looking for volunteers.
Just be there with them and help them, whether it's carrying something, tearing something out, or cleaning something up, or whether you're just holding hands with somebody and talking and praying with them. If you're on the fence and you're wondering, hey, do it.
Welcoming locals and those across the nation to swing by the volunteer headquarters and join them.
You're more than welcome to just show up here at Rock Fork Regular Baptist Church Monday through Saturday at either 7:30 or 12:30. We'll go over about a 25 to 30-minute orientation, and then you'll get assigned to an experienced and trained team lead.
Working together to spread the love and lift up those who need it the most. In Floyd County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
The address for the church and Samaritan's Purse volunteer headquarters is 735 Rock Fork Church Road in Garrett. You can also find out how to volunteer at SamaritansPurse.org.
Continuing to watch the sun slowly set out there. We are getting earlier and earlier with those sunsets. Not quite sunset hour yet, don't worry. But we should be in for a pretty nice sunset around the mountains tonight. A look outside from our camera at UVA-wise. Low 70s over in Southwest Virginia, as you'd expect for this time of year. Temperatures around the region are rather warm in some spots. Not far from average, really. It's where we should be. We should be 84 this time of year. That's where Somerset, Irvine, and Manchester all are at this hour. 82 in Hazard, and 81 places like Jackson, Prestonsburg, and in Pikeville. Satellite and radar, I promise you, it's in motion. We just haven't had much to talk about, at least from the space perspective today in terms of satellite or the radar perspective either. As we head into tonight, low to mid 60s, mostly clear. Patchy fog will be around, so make sure you're aware of that as we head into the morning hours. I'll have the very latest on when we could see an increase in our temperatures and the potential for a couple of those showers and storms coming up in just a bit. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. Following the devastation that rocked our region, there were several people who continued to kick Eastern Kentuckians while they were down. But one sheriff says things have gotten a little better. WYMT's Alyssa Williams has an update.
Immediately following July's flood, looting became a prominent issue for the Perry County Sheriff's Office.
We realized that not everybody's decent people, and that's what we had here, just people not being decent and looking out for their neighbors and just taking advantage and stealing at people when they've just lost everything that they've had, you know, down trying to steal what little bit they do have left.
In total, the office has seen 10 reported cases in the last few weeks, with officers choosing to make an example out of the individuals responsible.
It's not our normal practice to publicize every arrest we make, but we wanted to let the community and people know in general that, hey, we are charging people with these. There's no breaks.
The sheriff's office saw a change once these arrests were publicized.
When people seen that we were putting people in jail for this pretty good, and that our prosecutors and everyone was on board, no leniency on these charges, we seen those cases drop.
Sheriff Ingle says although these looting cases are not as widespread as they were previously, making sure your home or property is well lit and having neighbors watch your property while you are away can help deter future lootings.
We need to get back to normal. You know, people, we don't need that going on, and this time people's trying to pick themselves up and put their lives back together, so we need people to be on their best behavior.
Helping to provide security to those who have lost everything. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT, Mountain News.
Sheriff Ingle adds that if you have cell service, you should keep your cell phone on you at all times to contact law enforcement if you see or suspect looting is taking place. Now, while looting is not an official charge, those arrested in these cases have faced either theft-related or wanton endangerment charges. Are there any more classified documents at former President Donald Trump's home in Mar-a-Lago? New information from the New York Times reports the Department of Justice has asked for more surveillance footage from the Florida property, specifically for the weeks leading up to their August 8th search. This is the second time officials have asked for security tapes as authorities continue to scrutinize how classified documents were handled by Trump and his staff. Well, the former president has filed a new lawsuit against the Department of Justice. CBS's Trendy Chavez is in New York with those details and a new report about classified material found in Trump's Mar-a-Lago home after he left office.
Former President Donald Trump wants to stop federal agents from going through documents seized during the search of his Florida home. Trump filed a lawsuit seeking a special master or third-party attorney to be appointed to review the documents. He's also requesting the FBI return any documents that went beyond the scope of the search warrant.
It happens sometimes, and I think from the point of view of the Department of Justice and justice itself, as long as it doesn't take too much longer and delay things, that's fine.
The Justice Department responded with a statement saying the search was authorized by a federal court upon the required finding of probable cause. Federal Judge Bruce Reinhart could decide this week whether any portions of the affidavit used to authorize the search warrant can be made public.
He's going to try to see, and the DOJ is going to try to see, if there are some discrete paragraphs that are actually educational to the public that they can go forward on.
A U.S. official tells CBS News that the Justice Department retrieved at least 150 classified documents from boxes Trump handed over to the National Archives earlier this year. The New York Times reports that since federal agents re-engaged with Trump's legal team this summer and then searched his home, that number has climbed, with more than 300 documents with classified markings obtained by the Justice Department.
We didn't see any indication or explanation about why he still had classified documents after the first turnover of records in February or the subpoena in June, why they kept finding these classified documents every time they came back.
A Trump attorney signed a statement in June saying all classified material had been returned, but FBI agents found more classified material in this month's search. Trinity Chavez, CBS News, New York.
The National Archives referred the matter of missing presidential records to the Department of Justice, which then convened a grand jury investigation. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, there's an increasing trend on the housing market impacting sales across the country, and experts' take on why it's still a seller's market.
But first, as you'd expect in the waning days of August, things are getting toasty yet again. The full breakdown on warmer temperatures and if storms could return as well, coming right up.